Hello viewers, a good day. I'm Ron Grant and you're watching 284 Media. We're coming to you out of Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. A happy Friday to one and all, especially our viewers tuning in across the region. Providing students with nutritious meals that represent an island's culture and heritage is not something many islands across the region are able to provide, particularly during these very challenging times of a global pandemic. The twin islands of the Federation of St Kitts and Nevis, however, is an exception. Joining me to discuss their school's meal program, which provides meals to public school students across the Federation every day out of Nevis, is Miss Renelle Daniel, School Meals Coordinator for the Department of Education in Nevis, and Miss Claxton, the Principal Education Officer. It's a conversation you don't want to miss. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. You're watching 284 Media.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Viewers, welcome back. For those just joining us, we were watching 284 Media. Miss Daniel and Miss Claxton, thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. Welcome to 284 Media.
Mr. Grant, we are happy to be here.
Thank you very much.
The first public preschool was Charlestown Preschool, which opened in 1983 with the school meals program. Now, since then, the Nevis Island Administration, also known as the NIA, has ensured that all public pre- and primary schools has a meal program. Now, currently, all public preschools, 5, all public primary schools, at 7 of them, and the Cecily Brown Integrated School for Children with Special Needs are involved in the school's meal program in Nevis. Meals are cooked daily at each school, the 3 largest primary and schools, of course, the Cecily Brown Integrated School for Children that also has a cafeteria. Ladies, what an amazing contribution towards the youth of the Federation. Let's begin by telling me about the Nevis School Meals experience.
Well, Mr. Grant, the Nevis School Meals experience is designed to introduce our children to nutritious foods as well as provide all primary and preschool age children with a hot meal each day. And we seek, as a part of the Nevis Island administration, to provide our children with a healthy and nutritious meal daily. And this is across all public preschools and all primary preschools. Our menus are designed to introduce our children to a variety of different meals across the Caribbean and across the world. So the experience, or the school meals experience, is to introduce our children to as many different possibilities as they may exist throughout the world, and our children will gain an appreciation for many different cultures as well as many different food combinations as a result of our school meals experience.
Wonderful. Ms. Claxton?
I like the term, the school meals experience, because it is indeed an experience. And Mrs. Daniel would have given a wonderful introduction there in terms of what we're trying to do. How many students we know do not always get the most nutritious meals while they are at home. And sometimes, especially with younger parents, they don't think about, the proper combination to create a healthy plate. And so the school meals is an activity that is well planned out, is an initiative that is well planned out. Mrs. Daniel took office here, and of course with her background in nutrition, every meal is planned out, and every meal is a collaboration, not just from the office here, but we get input from the cooks and the persons who are on the ground to ensure that we are really giving the students an experience.
Wonderful. What would you say has contributed to the success and maintenance of the meals program for such a long time?
Mr. Grant, it's definitely a team effort. We, as Ms. Claxton said, we get the feedback from the cooks that are there at each school, and they contribute significantly to what is being offered. And even on our end, in an administrative perspective, we also get the feedback from education officials, as well as the principals, as to what combination should we offer, what food should we offer on certain days. And our kitchen staff, as well as the teachers involved, it's very hands-on when it comes to the department and the Ministry of Education. All are involved in the running of the school meals program. It's not just a one department aspect. We have the Department of Health involved. We have the Department of Ministry of Agriculture, as well as the Department of Agriculture involved in our school meals program. So I think that has contributed significantly to the longevity of the program and the sustainability of this program.
Wonderful. Now, how many staff do you currently have facilitating the meals program?
We currently have 41 persons on staff, and of course they function in different areas to ensure that the program continues. And just to also add to what Mrs. Daniel said a few minutes ago, I think the contribution of the officials of the department has made a big difference, because we recently started testing and sampling the meals at the schools ourselves. You know, sometimes the meals are happening and it is something outside of the department, and we don't know when persons might like or not like. But in order for us to be able to stand by a product, we thought that it's important that the department here at the ministry level, that we also sample the meals and get a chance to see what the students are eating. There are photos which are submitted so that you can also get an idea of what the presentation is like. Because food is not just about the taste. Children generally eat with their eyes, and that's something that we have been reinforcing here at education. Children eat with their eyes, so we have to make sure that it is pleasing to the eye as well as it is pleasing to the taste.
Definitely. Now, is the meals program, can you speak to whether or not it is in St. Kitts as well? I know we're specifically talking about Nevis, but do you know if there's a similar program over in St. Kitts?
There is a school meals program in St. Kitts. It's structured a little bit differently, and of course it's not managed by our office, it's managed by the Ministry of Education in St. Kitts. So the execution and management is a little bit different, but the students in St. Kitts also have access to school meals.
Okay. Tell me, who exactly is eligible for the meals program? Is it open to all students? How does that work?
It's open to all preschool and primary school age children. At the preschool level, all children are on the school meals program. As long as you're at a public preschool, you're automatically enrolled into the school meals program. At primary school level, there is a contribution on the part of the family. They do contribute to the school meals program, and they don't necessarily have to be on there. It's they're given a choice at the primary school level to be on the school meals program. So all preschoolers, that's a part of the package that they're given in terms of childcare as well as the school feeding program. And then at the primary school level, all are eligible, but as I said, there is a small contribution.
Terrific. Now, do parents have to contribute or pay for the meals in any way? And if so, what is the cost monthly per child?
Yes, so as we spoke about before, there is a small contribution, and this is to build appreciation for the school meals program, as well as helping us to maintain a high quality to our foods. At a primary school level, the families pay they pay $100 per month every Monday for. We count it by Mondays, so every Monday, every month, if there are 4 Mondays within that month, it's $100. If there are 5 Mondays, then that goes up to $125. But essentially, it works out to $5 per day, $5 per day for each child. At a preschool level, the contributions are $100 per month. This $100 includes both childcare as well as the school feeding program.
Wonderful. Now, what about families who may have more than one child? Are there any options for them?
Of course, and we cater for families that may not be able to afford or per se the school meals program, or family low income families. We offer a $25 discount for each family, and that has a additional child. For each additional child, there is a $25 discount for that family. And also, we do partner with different organizations to offer scholarship opportunities, as well as different government organizations that we are able to cater for the needs of low-income families in our school meals program.
Wonderful. Now, I know that one of those stakeholders would be the social services department. Can you mention any other stakeholders or industry partners that work with you to ensure this program continues and is successful?
Oh, I'm
There
happy
are
to. Yes, go ahead.
there are several partners that we have outside of social services. Social services takes care of a lot of the vulnerable students through their various programs. We also have a long-standing relationship with the Lawn at Mills Charitable Fund and with the Nevis Association in South Florida. And they generally sponsor a certain number of students every year and ensure that those students have their meals free of cost. The schools, of course, would recommend which students should benefit from those particular external sponsorships and scholarships. We also benefit from other individual sponsorships and scholarships. There are persons in the community who may say, perhaps, I want to sponsor one child, one student. There are persons who are overseas and may want to give back to their alma mater, the school they attended before they left Nevis. And so they might reach out and say, okay, I will sponsor one child for a year or something along that line. So that is always welcomed, and we love that type of partnership and support for our students.
Wonderful. Now,
Definitely,
I have
and
had an
also,
opportunity to see the menu, and I tell you, it's some pretty good stuff. One of the things that popped out to me, of course, because I'm a meat lover, is the goro goat water. Speak to me about the cultural relevance that is imparted as it pertains to the variety of foods. I know earlier, Ms. Daniel, you said that you try to make sure that there's a variety of meals included, so persons get an understanding of different cultures across the world. But speak to me about the aspect of promoting Nevisian culture through the meals program. How important is that, and how successful has it been?
oh, that is at the forefront of our planning procedure when we think about what are we going to offer our children this term or this year. We always think, how is this culturally relevant? How can we introduce to our children to foods that we grow here on Nevis, and how can we incorporate that into each meal? We've, as you mentioned, we've had our days when we cook goat water, and mutton is a local meat, and we seek to always introduce our children to what we have on island. And the meals, in terms of partnership, we also partner with the fisheries department, in that we get local fish. We always push for our locally caught fish, and we offer fish at least once per week. And you will see within our school meals program, we offer fish being done different ways. We have a local fish soup, and that was something that our children enjoyed, and something that may not normally be cooked at home or served at home, but our children were introduced to the fish soup. And then the different types of mashed vegetables. We offered mashed yam. We offered also mashed sweet potato, along with a kebab, a chicken kebab, and that was a big hit. And that was in partnership also with the Nisbet Plantation. They did a training for that with our cooks, where they trained our cooks to do the kebab sticks with pan searing that with different types of locally produced peppers and different ways. So it's a community approach. And even the different types of foods that we have, we incorporate breadfruit as well as cassava meal. We've done a pizza crust with cassava in it, making that pizza option healthier. So we partnered with the agro-processing department in our Department of Agriculture, where they produce locally produced flour. They have breadfruit flour, the cassava flour. They also offer to our children a popsicle, which would have been designed to introduce our children to different fruits like golden apple, passion fruit, sorrel, and all these other things. And we offer those to our preschoolers every week. And to the primary school children, they make a small contribution to that. But those are offered as a good snack option for our children. So culturally, I think we're doing pretty well with our menu design and with the planning for what we have on island, and which makes our foods more nutritionally dense, because we're using more of our local products. Our children are getting fresh from farm to plate, but fresh meals. They're getting potatoes and the other vegetables that would have been harvested within a week or within 2 weeks. So our foods do become of a higher quality as a result of the using locally produced items.
Amazing. Now, let me ask you, how often are menus presented, and do all the schools have the same menu?
Right now, all the schools, yes, menus are created for every term. At the end of every term, we would have had a plan for the next term. So it's created with a 12-week menu plan, and that would have been done the term before. So we right now we're in the process of reviewing the menus for term 2, and that's 2021, that January term. So menus are created with the term in mind. We are also in the process of creating different aspects to our menus. We try to make it fun for our children. As I said, we introduce them to foods around the world, as well as keeping it culturally relevant. Next term, we are hoping that we would be able to roll out a tour around the Caribbean menu. In the future, we are hoping to roll out a tour around the world menu, and different aspects to our menus that would help our children to enjoy food.
Yes.
It's not just the normal chicken and chips. Food can be a way that our children can find fun out of, as well as learn a lot about different cultures, learn a lot about how to eat to make themselves healthy, or how to build healthy lifestyle. And that's a big thing for us at the Department of Education. We want to not only teach the ABCs, we want to teach our children how to live healthy. And so they'll be able to get a good education while having a healthy lifestyle. And ill health wouldn't be that contributing factor, whether they're able to go off to college or whether they're able to pursue their dream of doing so many different careers.
Wonderful. Well, when you do your tour of the Caribbean, make sure you include some fish and fungi and mayonnaise sauce from Tortola, and of course our delectable pea soup with milk and sugar. I don't know if the kids will like it, but it's worth a try. Are there any specific options when it comes to vegan, vegetarian, and so forth?
We offer, yes, we cater for vegans and vegetarians with daily. At the bigger schools, that option is offered every day because we have more children that are vegan or vegetarian. But we do cater daily for any child that would not eat meat, as well as children that are completely vegan, that don't eat any animal products whatsoever. We, however, introduce our children, all children, whether or not they're vegans, to several vegan meals throughout the term. So you'd find that we would have a lentil patty day. One on Fridays are fun days, in that we have burgers, we have pizzas with a twist, because it has to be healthy. They would have a healthy portion of salads, or their bread would be made of cassava bread, or the crust would be made of a different type of flour, not just white flour. But several times during the term, we do for all the school meals program, for all the children on the school meals program, we introduce our children to vegan meals. So one of those meals would be a lentil burger, another one would be a bean soup, and then there's several different ones during the term that we always try to introduce them to another way of eating. We found that some children may never outside the school meals program eat a vegan meal at home or at a restaurant or somewhere else. But our children in Nevis at the school meals program would have tried that at least once per term. They would have been introduced to that way or that aspect of eating if ever they were to have to change to a vegan lifestyle or choose to change to a vegan lifestyle. It's an easier transition for them.
Beautiful. Now, I also understand that all schools have greenhouses. Now, are these greenhouses managed by students, and how do the greenhouses aid in the meal program?
Greenhouses, our schools, we partner with the Ministry of Agriculture, and they do help us to start up our greenhouses termly or before the term prior. However, our children are given the opportunity to participate in watering some of the plants, and to sometimes they're at the St. James's Primary School. Each class has a row within their garden. So they would have several rows, and each class is responsible for that particular patch of the garden, and they have to come out and water as well as weed, and that's in partnership with the Rastafarian organization. They adopted that school where they provided seedlings as well as the mentorship for children going into the garden there at St. James's. So at the school level, you'd find that the gardens or the greenhouses are managed a little bit differently. In that at Charleston Primary School, we do have a gardener on staff that's responsible for the running of that greenhouse. And there are different persons within the community. There's Mackie Trust that donates to the several school EPPS as well as the Gingerland Preschool, and they've donated seedlings, and that's where it's a community approach, because there are different farmers within the community, and they may have children at the school, and they would donate seedlings. They would actually go in themselves and weed and plant different things on the school premises. We are seeking to do a lot more work with our greenhouses and our gardens in the term moving in term 2, and that contributes significantly to what we are able to offer to our children during the term. So we'll be partnering more with agriculture, yes, and with our parents as well as our schools, school teachers and the students, and doing a lot more work in our greenhouses and our gardens moving forward.
Wonderful. Now, Ms. Claxton, can you speak to exactly how the program is subsidized? And for persons watching who may wish to contribute, whether it be in Nevis or across the region, how can they get in contact with you to be a part and support this program if you are accepting any such support? And who subsidizes this program?
All right. So the program is, of course, subsidized by spearheaded by the Ministry of Education. The Nevis Island Administration has a huge stake in the entire program, not just in the employment of staff and sustenance of staff and salaries and all that, but in terms of making sure that the resources that the schools need, some of the major items, equipment that they need is in place, and of course to ensure that we have the necessary cleaning and all of that being done. So financially, we have a portion that is subsidized by the Nevis Island Administration through the Ministry of Education. And as Ms. Daniel would have said, that collective, combined with the parent contribution, allows us to keep the program running from month to month, from year to year. And so we always look forward to partnerships, we look forward to support, we look forward to any contributions and scholarships. And so if there's anyone watching who is interested, please feel free to reach out to us. You can reach out to our Ministry of Education email address, education@niagov.com. That's education@niagov.com. You can also reach out directly to Mrs. Daniel because she will get the information to us. And her email is renell.daniel@niagov.com. And that's Renell Daniel @niagov.com. And you can call us at 469-5521 extension 5080. That's extension 5080, and someone will be able to help you and ensure that you have a wonderful experience. And I would love to encourage anyone who can to join us because this is a very important initiative. We're doing a lot to give children an experience, and our hope is that their palates will be so well versed that even in cooking and creating meals for their families in the future, that they will look at the importance of having a balanced meal and offering different experiences for many years to come. So this is a sustainability measure built in automatically. And so, as I said, we would look forward to any partnerships, any support from anywhere around the world.
Wonderful. Ms. Claxton, I must ask you, from an educational point of view, from the Ministry of Education, there are so many social ills that are impacting our young people today. With this program, have you guys seen a level of deterrent as it pertains to students missing school and them having any sort of difficulties that would allow them or prevent them from actually coming to school with the lunch program in effect? Do you see them more consistently coming to school?
Our reality is that for some children, this meal contributes significantly to their nutrition for the day. And some of them look forward to coming to school for that, ensuring that they have that sustenance. Mrs. Daniel has a rule that no child should leave the cafeteria during lunch, after lunch, and still be hungry. And so whatever it takes, we give them a balanced meal, but we make sure that they're filled. And so, as I said, some students, we are aware and they're caught in the different safety nets, social services and others, but they come to school and they look forward to the meal because it keeps them full, it keeps them going academically, it keeps them focused in school because they're being provided with that meal. And we know that good nutrition is important for the development of their cognitive development and for their entire development. And it helps to keep their hormones balanced and all of that. And all of those things are things that are embedded in the plan as we roll out each menu each term. And so yes, I know that it has presented opportunities for students who would generally not come to school to ensure that they're there because they want to eat. And I also know that in the future we will see a lot more activities around school meals. It won't be limited to just the food, but exposure, as Mrs. Daniel said, culturally, and ensuring that it's an almost entertaining event as well. So as the program grows, we will have more and more students wanting to come to school, looking forward to the food, but also looking forward to the entire experience.
Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much for your time this morning. We have been able to cover a lot. I continue to wish the program much success, as well as the students of Nevis, the much success as they continue to traverse through, of course, the global pandemic. But what you're doing is quite fascinating, and I know they are meaningfully thankful for this opportunity. And I'd like to thank you again for your time. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Viewers, that's all the time we have. You've been watching 284 Media out of Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands.